Welcome to the Democratic Republic of Congo. We're in Kinshasa for a crucial, high-stakes Africa World Cup qualifier between the hosts, DR Congo and Benin. In this final group game, to reach the knockout round of 10 teams, the hosts from the Democratic Republic of Congo must win. As for Benin, a draw will be enough. It's all or nothing. Can't stress enough how much these fans have been looking forward to the game. It's do or die, hope and glory, or will it be agony or ecstasy? Benin showed their character, bouncing back from the surprise matchday 4-home defeat to Tanzania to beat Madagascar. That was on Thursday, 2-0 at home in Cotonou. As for the Democratic Republic of Congo, they comfortably won as well, 3-0 in Tanzania. So both teams will be feeling confident after victories. If we go back to the reverse fixture, that ended 1-1. That was back in September in Benin. It was actually the Democratic Republic of Congo who took an early lead through Dieu-Merci Mbakani, only for the hosts to bounce back and equalise through Jordan Adioti just after the half hour. That, incidentally, was their first ever match against each other. If these fans are looking for an upper hand and an advantage, well, their team does have a better record in recent meetings between the two nations. 3 wins and 4 draws. Well, that's how it stands. Benin 2 points ahead of Democratic Republic of Congo. That's why a draw would be enough for them. As for the hosts, well, they simply have to win. It's a shootout here in Kinshasa. Winner takes all. We're about to welcome the teams out onto the pitch, led out by the match officials. This is all about managing pre-match nerves. Benin have never, but never reached the World Cup finals before. As for the hosts, well, the Democratic Republic of Congo made history. Back in 1974, they became the first sub-Saharan African team to reach the World Cup finals. Back then, they were known as Zaire. What a proud moment it was indeed for them. Way back in West Germany in 1974. And they got to play against the mighty Brazil. Brazil, of course, were the defending champions for that tournament. That was then, some time ago, nearly 50 years later, and it's been a long wait. The road to Qatar, there's been ups and downs, certainly for the Democratic Republic of Congo. But the good news is, at home, they are unbeaten, are the Leopards. They've played 2, won 1 and drawn 1. Group J, it has to be said, has been one of the tightest of the 10. Just to reinforce that point, going into the previous matches on Thursday, Tanzania were actually top of the group. And yet 5 hours later, they'd been knocked out. Their World Cup dreams in tatters. That's how tight this group is, and that's how fine the margins are in international football in Africa. Tanzania play Madagascar in the other group game. And who knows, Tanzania could well finish second in the group, but fortunately, that doesn't count for anything. It's winner takes all when it comes to the group phase, and even then, that's not enough. Just because you win the group, it doesn't guarantee you safe passage to Qatar next year. Oh no. Next up, after this final group game, is the knockout phase next March. As the Democratic Republic of Congo make their way out onto the pitch. And I can tell you, 4 teams have already reached that final 10, the round of 10. They are Sadio Mane's Senegal, Achraf Hakimi's Morocco, Egypt with their star player Mo Salah, and let's not forget Mali. So the competition will be rude, even if these two teams make it to the final 10. It's knockout football come March. It's not sudden death though. It will be a two-legged affair, home and away. That's something to look forward to for these two teams, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. One match at a time. And this match, mouth-watering, isn't it? And I do think it will be about who handles the big match nerves better. Not much between them in the FIFA rankings. Democratic Republic of Congo, ranked above Benin, 16 places. And here are Benin making their way onto the team. On the protocol now. We'll have us enjoy the two national anthems, respective teams, starting with Benin's as they're today's visitors. Now for the host, Democratic Republic of Congo's national anthem. And there you have it. Both national anthems respected by the opposite set of players, as you'd expect, of course. Now it's time for the two captains to meet the match officials and toss the coin. See Benin's captain, Khaled Adenon. And we're just waiting for his counterpart, Djemerse Mbakani of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Today's match referee, Eric Otogo Castan. 45-year-old from Gabon. Just take you through the Democratic Republic of Congo team. 4 changes. Masuaku continues in defence, in place of the injured Ngondo. Up front, Malongo's reward for scoring in the previous game is a place in the starting 11. He replaces Bakambu. Bolassi comes in, replacing Akolo, who's not even on the bench. Mutasami back after missing the last game. He replaces Idumba Fasika. It's confirmation of the referee from Gabon, as indeed all his match officials. Just 2 changes in the starting 11 for Benin. Moise Adelahu comes in, replacing central defender Verde. Also starting is Johan Roche. The man making way for him is the midfielder Alinvi. Alinvi on the bench. So the final countdown is on. The tension sky high, the stakes even higher. It's a very attack-minded lineup for Democratic Republic of Congo, and understandably, a draw isn't enough. They need to win. And my hunch is that they'll go for an early goal, just for a morale booster to get their noses in front. And it is the hosts, the Democratic Republic of Congo, who get the game underway. Playing on the left of your picture, in the purple tops and red shorts. Benin able to play in their first choice kit of all yellow. It's a good promising attack straight away. How about that? Corner kick. Yes, it is. For his assistant, thought about it for a second. Well, actual fact, the reason he thought about it was because it's a goal kick. No matter. Democratic Republic of Congo normally line up 4-4-2. I just wonder how far forward Bolassi will play. First glimpse of Hector Cooper, experienced Argentinian coach of the Congo. Little push on Mbakani. That's a good press. Look what it's led to. Quickly taken. Almeida played his first game on Thursday in that victory in Tanzania. Combative midfielder. And has done well enough to keep his place. Here's Michel Dussuyer, the French coach of Benin. Seasoned campaigner, seasoned coach in African football. Has taken 2 teams to the quarterfinals, including, of course, Benin 2019. But unfortunately for Benin, they won't be at the next edition. That's in January of next year. Okay, 2022, but it's officially the 2021 tournament. With the global pandemic, that is COVID-19. There's one to chase. And who did that come off last? Yes, I thought so. Corner kick. Referee ruling. It came off the Benin player. It was actually a free kick. Even better for the hosts. The big units will come up from central defence. Luyenduma and Mbemba. Baji starts. Ball whipped in, it's a good delivery as well. Now that time it could be a corner kick. Victor Cooper. Slightly pained expression. Vastly experienced coach. Corner kick is deep. And that'll be another corner kick, this time from the opposite side. And Mbemba forcing the corner. Again, a good delivery. Well, he appeals, lost his balance. That's why the header ballooned over the bar. Difficult for the referee to come down one way or the other. That's what happens when there's a lot of argy-bargy. With Malongo, the man who put the icing on the cake in that 3-0 victory on Thursday. 4 players ending up on the ground. So say, Malongo scoring the final goal in that 3-0 win in Tanzania. And his reward, a place in the starting 11. At the expense of Bakumbo. Cedric Bakumbo has to make do with a place on the bench. But if the scoreline stays 0-0, I wouldn't be at all surprised if he were to make an appearance. Business end of the game. Fully expecting the opening 10 minutes to be very cagey and maybe even scrappy. Both teams feel each other out. Time to size up the opposition. A few tactics. Duswier patrolling his technical zone, as indeed is Hector Cooper. See too much of the ball in midfield yet, which is the traditional battle area in a high-stakes game. Democratic Republic of Congo. The tactical formation has been a lot more consistent than Benin's. It's generally always 4-4-2. Whereas Michel Duswier likes to chop and change. Played 4-3-3 in their first 2 games before switching to a 5-4-1 away in Tanzania. Then they tried another formation, a 3-4-3 at home to Tanzania. That backfired as they lost that game 1-0. Decent ball in. Referee pointing at the infringement and a yellow card. Very early in the game. Well, it's more than that. It's actually a penalty, would you believe? Well, Benin up in arms. Steve Mounier quite literally throws his arms in the air. But the referee, Erico Togo Castan, obviously spotted something from this delivery from the left. Oh, goodness me. It happened in a split second. I saw a Benin defender with his arms around a DR Congo player. But was it enough for the penalty? Obviously, according to the referee. Referee ordering the goalkeeper to take up his position as the protests continue from the visitors. But they've got to be careful here. The man who gave away the penalty has already picked up a yellow card. Football is cruel. Sometimes you've just, well, not sometimes, all the time, you've got to accept the final decision by the referee. He's not going to change his mind. So a penalty to DR Congo. And you know who. It's about to try to give his team a precious lead. Jamerse Mbokane. And he does, brilliantly. Perfectly placed penalty. The home fans are delighted. And DR Congo have a precious lead in the opening 10 minutes. Can't blame the goalkeeper. And the protests continue, would you believe? Kasifa Alagbe, he guessed correctly, but the spot kick was so well placed he couldn't get an arm to it, or a hand. And they believe. Still the protests continue. Look at that, as cool as you like by Mbakane. 1-0. They've just got to resettle, refocus, and reset to Benin. Their away form is good. They're yet to lose on the road. They've won both their games. That is the first goal they've conceded away from home, actually, Benin. They will argue it should never have been a penalty in the first place, but that's by the by. What's done is done, and now they've got to use it as motivation. Nothing like a sense of injustice to motivate a team. It's well defended and booted clear. Tremendous bounce on the ball. Almeida. That's more like it. Getting his team back into the game. Teasing ball in, narrowly missed. How close was that? Steve Mounier. Well, Mounier was lurking. So deadly. Scored a very good goal. In the 2-0 win at home against Madagascar. Benin's best chance so far. The only pity watching the game is that there aren't more fans in to enjoy the occasion. Those that are certainly enjoying the scoreline as it stands. Bakani with a little flick, glancing header. Goalkeeper wouldn't have liked that. And Bakani complains that Alagbi led with his, his arm. Goalkeepers, protected species, of course. I think the goalkeeper was well within his rights to do that. Almeida just sitting in front of the back three. Yeah, just slightly overcooked was that pass. Not too much though by Dorimus. This man, would you believe, plays his football in the third tier of France for a team called Chambly, who actually played against Paris Saint-Germain in a pre-season friendly and acquitted themselves very well, it has to be said. Almeida, just mistiming his header. Lovely skills. He beat 2 but not 3, and he's paid the price as well. Back on his feet is Malango. He'll have to run that off though. To Cooper, renowned for doing very well with unfancied teams. Took charge of Valencia in Spain at the request of the outgoing coach Claudio Ranieri and led the Spanish side to 2 Champions League finals. Unfortunately for them and Cooper, they lost both to Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. 2000-2001. Year before that, he took the unfancied Real Mallorca to the final. Good header. Oh, my word! Goalkeeper was at full stretch and still couldn't get near it. Great opportunity. That could so easily have been 2-0. Mbakani, such a handful. Benin, thin ice here. He could tell they're rattled. Good balance, good strength as well. Almeida, that's what he's in front of the defence for. Stopping the opposition attacks. Doing a good job. Certainly did against Madagascar. Kakuta with the delivery. Did he get a clean contact? Bakani. No, he doesn't. It almost comes off the top of his head instead of his forehead. Still, very nearly contrived to double his team's lead. Almeida, further forward now. Going for goal, pulls the trigger. Easy take in the end for Kia Sumbua. Players tangling. Decision goes Benin's way. Not best pleased Here's that shot. On target, certainly, but never really going to threaten. Goalkeeper, Kiasumbua. Yet to find their passing game of Benin. Kiki, showing good team spirit there. Applauding the pass, the cross, even though it was way too strong. Amale with a long throw. It's good play by Malongo. Almeida comes away with it though. Not too many options on. So he goes by himself and gets a good give and go. Yep, slightly dwelled on the ball too long. Now look at this. Every player for DR Congo back in his own defence, apart from the two strikers, Malongo and Umbokani. It's the second time that pass hasn't found its target. On the left-hand side. Not Kiki's problem. Well, it is his problem, but it's not his doing. And he comes away with it. And Bakani's first touch was heavy. But when things are going your way, look at that upper body strength. Sensational. Well, the Democratic Republic of Congo are known as the Leopards, and the Leopards, renowned for being the strongest of the big cats. Not to mention their agility. That's world famous. Amale comes forward. It's it back. Comes straight back to Malongo. Chipped in. Easy take. Nice height for Alagbe. He releases it straight away. It's a good ball. Well played. Rode the challenge well. Did Dosu. Naive play. And Benin capitalise they can. Goes past two. Pulls the trigger. Just wide. Good effort. Signal of intent. Very well played indeed by Kiki. Well, in those 10 minutes since conceding the penalty, Benin have come back into the game. Look to have put the controversial decision behind them. Here's Malongo's chip. Good skills by Kiki. Well, very well played. Great chest control by Amale. Going straight back to his goalkeeper. That could have been dangerous. So could this be? Got the rub of the green there. Dorimus. The decision goes the host's way. Long ball by DR Congo. Almeida comes away with the ball. Player on the ground. Slightly passive there. That's more like it by Benin. We go for goal. Sizing up for the shot. Thought better of it. Counter-attack for the Leopards. Not sure the ball was intended for him. That time it was. Excellent defending. As cool as a cucumber. Sense of urgency now for Benin. Adioti. Aside from that controversial penalty, there really hasn't been too much between these two sides. Benin have had the upper hand since the penalty on, what, 10 minutes? There's the new man, Adilu. His first game of these qualifiers. Kiki plays the ball ahead of him. Too close to the goalkeeper. But in the end, he gets the decision. Goalkeeper was prepared to catch it. Then he saw Meunier's charge. He decided to punch instead. Meunier, top scorer for Benin in these World Cup qualifiers so far. Well, Meunier did nothing wrong there. Had every right to go for it. Great burst of speed and a great delivery. Beat everybody. Still with the Leopards. Look at that. Tremendous acceleration. Adioti. Gomez's ball. Not as good as the previous delivery by Kiki. Doremus, that too is a fine effort. Goes out of play, eventually. As I said, Hector Cooper, as a club coach, had a reputation for taking rough diamonds and polishing them to sparkling jewels. And he's had comparative success here too with Benin. With the Democratic Republic of Congo, I should say, beg their pardon. Dosu. Well, I think we're seeing that replay again simply because of the excellent chess control. Now referee has a quick look at his watch. This is a liquid refreshment break. That is the flashpoint which led to the penalty. The referee ruling the man who scored the spot kick, Giamersi Mbokani, was held back. Well, so far, so good for Hector Cooper's men. They're just, what, 1 hour away from reaching the knockout round of 10 to stay on the road to Qatar. "60 minutes for Dussuyer's men to get back into the game. That's ample time. But as you can guess from the water break, conditions are very hot and humid here. Well, the conversation continues. This time it seems to be more measured. Dorimus, Adiotti and Adilou. Seems to be the captain. Adenon telling them to perhaps leave it. Adiotti it is who'll restart the game after the half hour. And here it is again. Well, it really is hard to say. That camera angle is not conclusive. And I just wonder, did the referee make the decision on what he'd seen himself, or did he rely on his assistants? And we'll be talking about that in the coffee shops of Cotonou and all over Benin, especially if the decision doesn't go their way. Benin missed out on reaching next January's Africa Cup of Nations by the narrowest of margins. They lost out to Sierra Leone. Last game in that group also proving crucial. Almeida. It's an ambitious ball. It's given possession to DR Congo. It's well played, Adiotti. He showed too much of that, didn't he? Bastien making his way back. Outside of the boot, great technique. Finds Kike. Double marked, forced back. It's great battling in midfield. And Montusami. Started the first 4 games, did Montusami. Didn't play in last Thursday's game in Tanzania. Bakani back on his feet. They can't afford to lose him. His goals are as precious to DR Congo as Meunier's are to Benin. Bakani, 4 goals in his 6 games so far. Impressive return. Teasing ball over the top by Roche. It's well played between Dalmeida and Adiotti. Central midfield pairing. Peels. Yeah, the decision's been given, but on the outside, on neither party's happy there. It's another yellow card. DR Congo because they don't think it's a free kick. Benin because he thought it should have been a penalty. Dorimus biding his time. It's a good turn by Dosu, but the contact is definitely outside the penalty area. Dosu getting a talking to now. He's trying to placate the referee. Yellow card for Mutusami for his challenge. Second yellow card of the game. Two men on the ball. Dalmeida. But now the midfielder walks away. It's the goalkeeper, Kiasumbua, sets his wall. 4 men in it. Now that Mutusami's joined it. Looks like Gomez, with that left foot, fancies his chances. In actual fact, it's Kiki. Doesn't beat the wall. Throws his hands up to his head. Matis got to put it behind him. Dorimus. Dorimus would have felt that. The challenge was physical, but Amali went right through him. We can see it again. Dorimus' speed takes him past Amali. Well, he slips. Worst possible time to slip. And I think he caught the boot of Amali as Amali made his clearance. Not malicious by the right back, not at all. Just one of those freak occurrences on the football pitch in a game of football. Kiki's okay, or Dorimus is okay, and about to come back onto the pitch. Roche. Well, it's the captain, I beg his pardon, Adenon. He gets it back. Heavily bandaged left hand for the captain. He needs a runner, doesn't get one. And he went down easily there. Enough for the decision though. Quickly taken, can he keep it in? Just. Excellent speed. There wasn't too much in that, was there? Dalmeida. Good ball. Kiki doesn't have to check his run. It's the idea of a perfect ball, in my book. One that you don't have to adjust your run to meet. Aguilou They're at walking pace here. The Benin defence, that's because every Democratic Republic of Congo player is back in his own half. Ball over the top. Mutusami is alive to it. Mutusami playing the same role for DR Congo as Dalmeida is for Benin. Just patrolling in front of his defence, breaking down the moves from the opposition. It's not a glamorous role, but it is important. There's that terrific burst of speed. I've seen too many attacking moments in the game, let alone clear-cut chances. That's because it's such a high-pressure game, so much at stake. Nice flick by Malongo to his fellow striker, Mbakani. He's dispossessed unfairly, says the referee. Tranquilo, tranquilo, that's the message coming from the Spanish-speaking coach of Democratic Republic of Congo, Hector Cooper, the Argentinian. And if you don't know what that means, it just means calm down, calm things down. It's Kakuta. Floats in the free kick, way too close to the goalkeeper. Nobody challenging. It's a let-off for the Squirrels of Benin. Five minutes till the half-time break. And Bakani's penalty, the difference between these two clubs, listen to me, nations. Good turn by Mounier. Sets up Dorimus onto his left boot. Well played, Dosu. Got a goal and an assist in that victory against Madagascar on Thursday in Cotonou. Offside? Or is it handball? Handball would make more sense. Not surprisingly, Kiasumbua is taking his time. This man's a free agent, so any talent scouts watching, please be advised. Hasn't had that much to do, it has to be said. At the risk of repeating myself, it's been a game of very few chances. Few and far between. Will that change in the second half? I think for that to happen, Benin have to equalise. Then the Leopards of DR Congo would be forced to come out of defence and go for another goal. The best of free kicks. Chipped back in. Well won, but not for long. Ariotti. They need to change something to the Squirrels of Benin. They've enjoyed the lion's share of possession since going a goal down. Decent effort in, wow. Well, Kiki, I thought it was a cross at first, and I think so did the goalkeeper, Kiasumbua. It had a strange effect. Just the technique. Look at the swerve on the ball. Was that because he hit it with the instep, or maybe even a toe poke? Combination of the two, perhaps. very strange trajectory indeed. That might be the way forward for Benin. Goalkeeper certainly took him by surprise. Ball's gone out of play since the referee's assistant. Hosh. Go, go, go. And the LALA is a message from the bench. Munier looking for the return. He got it. Fantastic first touch by Mbakani. Goes down a tad theatrically. The referee liked it, or bought it rather. We're at the closing minute, the first half. We had a major break with the refreshments, but the referee will surely have factored that in. And it will be 2 minutes of additional time. Good ball in, tracked by the goalkeeper, Alagbe. Nobody challenging them, that's the problem. There's your confirmation. 2 minutes, stoppage time, tacked on at the end of the regulation 45. Free kick. Much like problem with not getting at least 2 strikers up, as here. Decent ball in by Kakuta, but only one DR Congo striker, 2 eventually, but both at either ends of the 6-yard box, not in the danger zone, not where it mattered. Whipped in, good delivery, over the bar. Well, they went to sleep there, did the DR Congo defense, as I'm sure Kiasomba is reminding them. Took their eyes off the ball. Now that was the best chance. Look at that. Yes, indeed. Doesn't get a clean purchase on the shot. If he had, that could well have been the equaliser. Well, that's a wake-up call for the Leopards, certainly their defence. Corner kick, Benin. Swung out and headed out. Finds its way back to the corner kick taker. Well, he ran into the formidable figure of Mbakani. Medical boys are on the pitch. We can't see the man who's down. It looks like a throw-in. And Dosu is arguing the toss. Referee's decision is final, but at least here the referee seems to be meeting the players halfway. Players are allowed to express an opinion, as long as it's done the right way. Munier. Looked like he had his head down there, the star striker. His team need him. It is Malongo receiving attention. The 2 minutes of stoppage time is up, but because we had another stoppage in the 2 minutes, that's why the clock's ticking over. And there is the half-time whistle from the referee. And the referee, unwittingly, has been one of the key players in this first half. His decision to award a penalty to the Democratic Republic of Congo has been the main talking point of this first 45 minutes and led to the only goal. It hasn't been a half for the purists, far from it. It's been a scrappy game. Very stop-start is the rhythm, and that suits the Democratic Republic of Congo down to the ground. The captain of Benin, Khalid Adenon, feels compelled to have a final word with the referee before going back in for that half-time team talk. And now Michel Dussuyer will have to call on all his experience to calm down his charges and psych them up for the second half, because as the scoreline stands, their World Cup dream is over. Luckily for them, they've got 45 minutes to turn it around yet. Join us in just under 15 minutes to see if they can.
gars, venez. Ouais, c'est pas beaucoup. Et comme d'hab, on fait 3 minutes, bien dynamique. Allez, Junior. Allez, montez le genou. Montez le genou. Talon de fesse, petite accélération. Elle est bien dynamique, les gars. Elle est bien dynamique. Talon de fesse, petite accélération. Et on inverse. Viens. Ah, voilà. Talon de fesse. Bien dynamique, les gars. Tout dynamique, vous réveillez. Tac. Montez le genou, papa. Être prêt, les gars. C'est le combat. Allez, pas chasser en me regardant. Bien dynamique, les gars. Ça poursuit, mais bien dynamique. Tac. S'appuie. Ouais, hop. C'est ça, les gars. Pas un 8 de dos. Hein? Petit dynamique. Pas un 8. Allez, les gars. Tac. Hop. Course en arrière jusqu'au rouge. Et on revient à marche. En arrière, demi-tour, et hop, ça bloque. Revenez en marchant. Pas de loi, accélération. Allez, encore 4, pas de loi, accélération. Accélération, c'est ça. 8 jusqu'au rouge. Et vite. Chaise de mandarine, les gars. Chaise de mandarine. Les deux derniers, accélération progressive. Hein? Les deux derniers, accélération progressive. Le dernier. Allez, pour vous, les gars. Allez, 7 de côté, 6 de l'autre. 5 avec moi. Encore 3. Encore, voilà. Parti, les gars. Allez, à une touche de suite. Allez, c'est parti, les gars, à une touche. Une touche de suite. La petite accélération derrière. Petite accélération, voilà, petite accélération. Voilà, petite accélération. Ouais. Allez, petite accélération. Oui, c'est ça. Bonne accélération. Après, ça sera course à derrière comme la balle. C'est pas grave. Tranquille, les gars. Course à derrière. Course à derrière, super. Course à derrière. Ouais. Accélération. Ah non, jusqu'au bout. Accélération jusqu'au bout du groupe. Jusqu'au bout du groupe. Attends, jusqu'au bout du groupe. Allez, il reste le dernier. Allez, il restera les deux derniers. On revient derrière le groupe à partir. À partir de Mika, on revient derrière le groupe. À la main, accélère. Allez, et on revient derrière le groupe. Voilà. Faites ça rapidement. Course arrière, oui. Voilà, très dynamique, les gars. Cherchez les appuis. Ouais. Allez, dernier chacun. Ouais, c'est bon, Mika. C'est bon, Mika. C'est bon. Allez, un ballon pour 2, pour 3. Allez, que 3, débrouillez-vous, les gars.
Les gens n'ont pas il y a un milieu, un peu le plus moins fatal. Un ballon est là,
C'est bien axique, les gars. C'est bien ballon, les gars. C'est bien ballon.
Welcome back to the second half of this high-stakes, all-or-nothing World Cup qualifier in Kinshasa between the host Democratic Republic of Congo and Benin. Benin it is, who are the first back onto the pitch after the half-time break. Seemed to be quite a lengthy break as well. If you're just joining us, Benin trail by 1-0. Now they just need a point to advance. They will be going all guns blazing to try to get that equalizer. As for the host, the Democratic Republic of Congo, they need a win. It is winner takes all here in Kinshasa. Just under 50 years ago, Kinshasa played host to one of the great sporting events of all time. It was the sport of boxing, the world heavyweight bout between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. It went down in history as the Rumble in the Jungle. Well, here we are, somewhat 47 years later. This promises to be as memorable a battle. First half didn't really live up to the billing, but I expect fireworks in the second, as Benin go all out to cling on to their hopes of reaching next year's World Cup finals in Qatar. They've never, but never made it to World Cup finals. They have 45 minutes ahead of them in which to do so. Here's their goalkeeper, Yassifa Alagbe. His opposite number, Joel Kiesumboa. And it is Benin who kick off the second half. They have the ball at their feet. Their destiny as well. Almeida would have loved to have been a fly on the wall of the Benin changing room at half-time. Excellent play. His teammate rather took it off him. Dorimus teasing ball in over the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper made a split-second decision to let it go. Then he sends players behind him. Got away with it. But a close call. Excellent delivery by Dorimus. And in the end, Meunier was some distance behind it. A battle between the two midfield generals, the defensive midfield generals, Montusami and Almeida. Do they want to follow? Being defensive midfielders, they shouldn't really rub shoulders that much, but they certainly did lock horns then. Almeida, the go-to player for the defense. Roche to Kiki. Well, Gomez felt he was actually dealt with there. Play grinds to a halt again, and we're back to the same rhythm as in the first half. It's as if we've simply picked up from where we left off. Did well to keep the ball in play. And back it goes. Well, as much as anything else, this will frustrate Benin. Non-stop passes back to the goalkeeper. Stymie the rhythm. Dorimus claiming he was fouled off the ball. Referee agrees. Yeah, clumsy, not malicious, but certainly clumsy. Meunier lost his balance. They just need a spark, do Benin. Even a good shot on goal, just to boost their confidence. Get the bounce of the ball. Morimus's stab control still comes to a teammate, goes wide, trying to get the shot into the side netting. Dosu. Well, he's their danger man in my book. His goal made the breakthrough in the previous game against Madagascar, right on the stroke of half-time. Does well, sudden burst of acceleration, goes for the space, couldn't quite get the angle on his shot. Good dribble, good pullback. Bakani frustrated. He was severely outnumbered. Still made up, surging run. And just lost control of it to Dosu. Yes, it is a free kick. I'm not sure he was hurt that much though. The medical team come on. There's absolutely nothing there. Dorimus calling for quick ball from the ball children, I guess. Can't quite see him. Adioti just keen to inject a bit of rhythm into the passing game of Benin. They're alive to the stalling tactics of DR Congo. Just got to be patient, bide their time. Dosu showed too much of that. More speed, less haste. That's the message for the Squirrels of Benin. That's a good play by Malongo. He's getting his body in front of the ball. Terrific burst of speed, decent delivery. Excellent defensive play. Really was, just stood his ground, did Roche. Interception in the nick of time. Not only do they have to be patient, the Benin's Squirrels, but they also have to be canny. Look at that. Every purple shirt behind the ball. And it was at the moment of the Benin attack. Adiotti. Almeida. Considering his options. It's a strong run. Does well to win the corner kick. And Adiotti keen to get a move on. You leave it to Gomez. Odosu, I beg his pardon. Odosu being made to wait. Just waiting for the referee's whistle. So it's deep and headed clear by the captain. Dieu merci Mbokane, leading by example. Steve Meunier giving the goalkeeper a helping hand. And this is a final warning for Kyosumbua. Referees alive to his time-wasting tactics. Any more of that nonsense, he'll get a yellow card. Ten minutes into the second half. No real clear-cut opportunity to talk of. Mbokani's penalty is what separates these two sides. But if Benin are going to crash out of the World Cup qualifying, well, they want to go out in style. What they certainly don't want is to have any regrets, any what-ifs, if-onlys. As I say, apart from being patient, they've got to use their smarts. They've got to box clever here. Slowly advancing. Trying to go the long way around, but he's cornered there. Does well to even get a cross in, but inevitably, with so many DR Congo players back, it falls to one of them. And Mbokani, furious with the referee. Now played Bolassi. Here he is again. Nice ball in. The defensive clearance wasn't convincing. Remember, it's a rare mistake from him. Almeida giving the instructions. Meunier's dropped deep, understandably. I'll take him. When he plays his football, the top flight of France at Brest. Almeida writhing on the floor. Nasty. Stamped on by Bastien. Bastien, solid presence in midfield, very solid in that case. Clock continues to tick down for Michel Duspier's team. Kutami at Almeida. There's the duel. Even Bakane. Veteran of the game now, 35 years of age in Bakane. Not as old as Khaled Adonon in the heart of the Benin defence. Malonga. Played Mounier. Rides the challenge from Montesami. Adiotti. Or composure. That's the name of the game now. That was a nothing ball. It was meant to be a pass, but it looked more like a back pass. Coming up to the hour mark. Still, can't think of a single shot on goal, on target, that Benin have had in the second half. We had Dossou's effort, which hit the side netting, but apart from that, nothing at all. It's not a surprise, Democratic Republic of Congo are ranked above Benin in the FIFA rankings. And that is a free kick and a yellow card. But more importantly, it's a free kick to Benin in a very, very challenging position indeed. Well, set pieces, I was thinking, could be Benin's best chance of an equaliser. Montesami hovering over the ball pointlessly. Just trying to get in the face of the Benin players. Mounier discusses with Dossou and decides to leave it to Dossou. 4 men in the wall for the hosts, including the captain. So the 29-year-old Dossou been in good form for Clermont in the French top flight, newly promoted side. It's moving from Austria. Dossou. So there's the goalkeeper. He's got to beat this 4-man wall. Dossou blazed over the crossbar. Well, he doesn't want for confidence. But as I said earlier, they've got to box clever here. Might have been the opportunity for an imaginative free kick. Perhaps not directly on goal. It was a chance though. And it looks like Montesami is being replaced. Indeed he is. by the man on the ball, Edu Kayembe. All the way back to the goalkeeper. Uchisanu was on a yellow card, but that's not the reason he was subbed off, carrying an injury. Bakani. The full force of that challenge. Bakani gets inside. He's well tracked by Adilu. Still with the hosts. Getting behind the defence. Easy in the end for Alagbe. Takes his time. As Benin decide to play their way out of defence. He ghosted past Kike there, did Bastien. Kayembe coming on for Muhtasami was the first substitution of the game, but not the last, I wager. Munier, not the defending deep. Defending well for the Leopards. Good first touch. All spread out. Looking for Dorimus. That'll do. Well intercepted, but it'll be another throw-in. Munier leaving it to Dorimus. Judging by his position that he's taken up on the track, it's going to be a long throw. Longish. Up on the DR Congo defence. Take three. And as the long throw worked better, more of the same. Not. Goes backwards. That's the fourth throw on the bounce for Benin. This one will be a long one. Once again, goes where it's intended. Malanga holds the ball up well. DR Congo come over the halfway line. They've got numbers up here. It's 4 against 4. Free head up. And it took a deflection. Seemed to come off his own player. Nope, came off the Benin defender. Good decision, Mr. Referee. Benin bring up the rear guard. They're big central defenders. A goal now. And it really would be a tall order for Benin to get back into the game. Benin, though, they just need a point. So they just need a single goal. An equaliser would do it for them. Corner kick. Swung in. Straight back out to Bastien. Closely marked. It's a good delivery. That'll be a goal kick to Benin. Excellent play here. Lovely skills. Beginning to come forward are the Leopards. Realizing best form of defense is attack. Bolassi frustrated here. Don't see too much of Bolassi. Well travelled, very well travelled. Played for Everton and Crystal Palace in the English Premier League. Now earns his money in Turkey at Sakur Rizespor. Lovely chest control. Superb play. Leading the line supremely well. Looking for the danger man in Bakani. Danger still there. Clear and present danger. And again. Brave, brave interception. Got to be careful when you're rushing back. And Bakani falling just at the wrong moment. Great ball over. First touch by Kayembe, the substitute was good. 20 minutes left. It's been a good attacking phase, this, for Democratic Republic of Congo. .20 minutes left. Benin prepare to bring on what they hope will be a winning substitution. Bolassi. Well, he made a meal of it, but it was a foul. And it will be a half-time substitute, Cabano Neskins, to take the free kick eventually. Deep free kick, easily dealt with, but only as far as the hosts. That'll be a throw-in for the DR Congo. Now, in the hour of need, Benin make 2 substitutions. On comes Michael Pote, the veteran. Ceci Almeida is replaced by Olaitan. Good ball in, and that's it. 2-0. That could well be game over. Benin looks shell-shocked. And DR Congo, well, they're not going ecstatically wild with joy. But look at that. Terrific, brave header. Did ever so well. Liunduma. And if I'm not mistaken, that looks very much like the president. Indeed it is. Felix Tshisekedi watching on. He's promised his team a medal if they reach the World Cup finals. And look at that. The celebrations continue. Such a powerful header. Question marks about the defending in the heart of the Benin defence. But no matter, 2-0. And DR Congo are flying. Longo it is, with the goal. And they feel fully confident now of adding to that score. Benin, what have they got left in the tank? Got a free kick. Dosu appended. They've got 2 new substitutes on the field of play. Terrifically strong play. Malongo justifying his starting position in the team. Scored a goal on Thursday, and now that's 2 in as many games. Benin's defence couldn't really deal with him. And this looks bad. Stretches on. He looked in no position to get back up on his feet. Balassi it is. His comeback is short-lived. He's replaced by Cedric Bakambu. Free kick. Bakambu. He started the last game in Tanzania up front alongside Mbakani. It's just clumsy play by Bakambu. His coach won't mind making a nuisance of himself. Free kick whipped into the far post. That rather sums up Benin's game so far today. Overhit, couldn't keep the ball alive, and that clock is ticking down. Just what? Just under 30 minutes left. Roche makes his way back into the heart of defence. Easing ball in. And for once, signs of panic in the DR Congo defence. It's more like it, thinks Michel Desuyer. Can they capitalise from the corner kick? Adiotti. Not the best, doesn't beat the first defender. Doesn't get past the near post. It will be the substitute, or Laitan. Easily headed away. Route 1 from Benin, and why not? Trying to look from outside the penalty area. It's going to go wide, and does. Good defensive play. Getting goal side. Did Masuaku. West Ham United player. Kept his place. Came on as a substitute on Thursday. After the injury to Ngonda Muzinga. Dosu. Dinked in and headed straight out spectacularly. They're winning their duels now. Over the halfway line come DR Congo. Heavily outnumbered. But that won't bother them. They win a free kick. Clock stops. Well, play stops rather. That clock just keeps on ticking. Desuyer pacing up and down anxiously. Democratic Republic of Congo are in the driving seat, 10 minutes away from victory and a place in the knockout round in March. Unless Benin pull something out of the hat. Space in midfield. Well won. Dosu puts his head down. His team are outnumbered here. That's why he has to go back. Nice 1-2, pulls the trigger. Hits it straight at a defender. Man down, but play goes on for DR Congo. Deep ball in. Could this be three? Well, it might have been, had the header been on target. DR Congo ripping through the Benin defence. Once again, it looks serious. Not sure if the referee spotted it. Malongo again, almost an identical position to where he scored the second goal. And he looks okay. He's got to shake off the injury. Well, the stretch is on, the player's off. Not sure if it is Malongo. Looked almost like Mbakani. Long range shot. Oh dear. It really has proved one of those afternoons and one of those games for Benin. Reduced to taking pot shots from outside the penalty area. They've never really recovered from conceding that penalty. After 10 minutes. Kiasumbua. He's not time wasting, he's genuinely waiting for the referee's whistle because there's a substitution. Fourth one. For Democratic Republic of Congo. On comes Jackson Muleka Kiamvubu. And off goes Mbakani. It was the captain who was in the wars. But he's done his job. His penalty. After 10 minutes, set. His team on their way. Kiasumbua did get a yellow card in the end. Second of the game for his team. First one, Mutusami, has already left the pitch. Well, they look forlorn. Does DR Congo come again in search of a third? He wouldn't put it past them. Just 5 minutes to go. Barring a miracle, DR Congo are looking good for a place in the final 10. Well, that, the less said about it, the better from the substitute Muleka. Did well, first touch was good. Shot, less good. Benin lose possession again. Dosu. If they're gonna get something from the game, they have to get it sooner than later, Benin. Only needs a second to score a goal. But Mounier, too easily dispossessed. Malongo, at walking pace in midfield. They're not in a rush, the hosts. Their job is very nearly done. And then the celebrations can begin. Thanks to this man, Dieu merci Mbakani. Last chance saloon for Benin. Goal kick. Well, I think the technical staff of Democratic Republic of Congo can afford to relax and loosen up. Maybe even start to crack a smile. 3 minutes of time. There'll be stoppage time. Been as many stoppages in the second half as the first. Still a couple. Expect 3 minutes of additional time. So that's what, 5-6 minutes for Benin to at least snatch something from the game, and if not, at least a consolation goal. First time they've conceded away from home. First time they've conceded 2 goals in a game in this World Cup qualifying group. But it's been a strangely under par performance from them today. Haven't really showed up. Their setup hasn't really worked. Space for the Leopards. That's a decent ball. Flags up though. It won't count. Goalkeeper saved it anyway. Striker claiming he didn't hear the whistle. Substitute, Bakambu. Dreaming of glory. Looks like Malongo is down. Referee saying he's adding the time on. It is indeed Malongo. Will he come back on? Well, both goal scorers have been stretchered off. Fair to say, Mbakani's injury looked more serious than Malongo's. Malongo is indeed replaced by Joel Ngandu. That's in the last minute of the regulation 90 minutes. Now Benin's only hope is with an extended amount of stoppage time. It's a forlorn hope, given what they produced so far. But stranger things have happened. Three minutes of additional time. Will it be enough for Benin? Chance of a shot. Ricochets back and out of play. Well, in the end, top marks to FIFA. Their rankings have been borne out. Democratic Republic of Congo, some 16 places ranked higher than Benin. Lovely play. The cutback is good. Will they finish in style? Not a bad effort by the substitute Bakambu. In a game of precious few chances, that was arguably the best chance of the whole game. Always rising. Just couldn't keep it down. In this game, it hasn't been one for the purists. Now, that's an understatement. But that won't bother the Leopards of Democratic Republic of Congo one bit. They are 90 seconds away from reaching the last 10 of African World Cup qualifying. And they will enter the hat with some illustrious names. The Lions of Teranga, of Senegal, Sadio Mane, Morocco, Egypt, inspired by Mo Salah, Mali. They will fancy their chances. Here they come again. Good step over. Not quite good enough though by Ngandu. Into the closing 30 seconds. It's all about keeping possession here for the Leopards. But they go for goal. They can afford two goals up. All eyes on the referee. He has a quick look at his watch. Goodness me. At the start of play on Thursday, DR Congo were third in this Group J. And now just a few days later, they're sitting pretty at the top and just seconds away from celebrating a memorable victory here in Kinshasa. was building up the game beforehand as a winner takes all, and that's certainly true. Another substitution, another yellow card, I should say. Time Jackson Muleka, Kiamvubu. And there it is! There is the referee's final whistle. Celebrations and joy unbound for the Democratic Republic of Congo. Ecstasy for them, agony for Benin in the form of their goalkeeper, Alagbe. On the referee, he'll be remembered for some time as the protests continue. Finger wagging by all of the Benin side directed at the referee, and he might need some protection here. Eric Togo Castana of Gabon. Emotions running high, tempers spilling over. Look at that. I think they do need to get some help over there. It's rather taking the edge off the victory for the host, the Democratic Republic of Congo. But it was a game-changing decision, it has to be said. That's the nature of penalties. Agony for Benin, ecstasy for Hector Cooper's team. He's quite subdued, he's the Argentinian, but it's a job well done for him. This will make the headlines in the Benin sports papers and maybe even the front page headlines as well. As it is, the Democratic Republic of Congo end up 2-0 winners. Well, these are the highlights from the second half. Lots of huffing and puffing by Benin. To their credit, they did try right until the final whistle, but that 10th minute penalty really knocked the stuffing out of them. And now it's back to the drawing board for Michel Dussuyi's team. They're not competing in next year's Africa Cup of Nations either. So they'll have to reset and start to look forward and build for the next Africa Cup of Nations 2023 and the next World Cup after that. So here it is, Democratic Republic of Congo. They were third at the start of play on Thursday, and here they are, group winners and into the last 10, and that frankly is all that matters. They finish a point above Benin in the shootout in Kinshasa. DR Congo go forward into the knockout round of 10 in March. Congratulations to them.